Alright, so we are back once again, 4:35 p.m. Yeah, you can see what's going on. And of course, these are up above the so-called clouds. And, if you know this channel, you know what I'm going to say. That, well, what we are seeing moving are just byproducts from previous trails and streamers. They're just created on different atmospheric levels. There is nothing natural about clouds, nor weather systems, nor weather-related events. Mankind has just been playing around far too long. Too many countries are now involved in their own so-called weather modification and, of course, weather warfare. And if you want to call it geoengineering, code seeding, yeah. To me, though, because I do firmly believe that there are other aspects, I basically will stick with the terminology of terra reformation. Because, they're not just affecting precipitation. I mean, you mess with one thing, there's the ripple effect. A domino effect, if you will. And just because of my observations over the years, I understand, that domino effect because I see the patterns. I've observed them, I've recorded them, I've shared them, I've learned them. And I've come to understand a lot. And even more so that I do not share because, well, the scrutiny is still too high. And I'm already getting enough pushback from my viewpoints and, statements that I make, what I show. Believe me, there's a lot of times I do not enjoy this at all because there's certain fear factors that come along with all of this. Knowing that there's a conspiracy involved. And every time that you record this and speak out and all that, I mean, yeah, you're just targeting yourself. Come on, focus. And I put quite the healthy sized target on my back. And, for a while, yeah, I was having shots taken at said target. of course, because I'm a rebel by nature, well, I tried to make the target just a little bit more difficult. And so, well, their aiming started getting just a little bit more precise. So, I tried to make that target just a little bit more difficult to sight in. And, well, their scopes were adjusted. It's what happens when the target stays still. For just a little too long. Moving target is a little bit harder to sight and to hit. And when I open my mouth, a lot of times that just, moves the target that much closer in their range. I get a little bit carried away at times. But hey, everything that I do state, though, for the most part, it's all opinionated and theoretical. There's, that truth movement. Yeah, too many people are suckered by that. I try to disprove truth by showing reality, and then through my observations and recordings and experiences of this reality here, yeah, just because I speak of what I observe and record and share, a target is thrust upon me. And then it's even worse when I go into other topics that they deem through their narratives to be that much more of sensitivity. That, oh no, this is the truth. They don't come right out and state that, but no, that's how they want their narratives to be viewed, as truth. And that's why they go to, an encyclopedia. Because supposedly, encyclopedia is just like the Bible. It's all truth. Well, this is reality right here. It's not truth. Because just like this cloud formation will eventually change, truth does too. Yeah, see that? Anytime I try to dim that lighting, boy, it just throws that focus right off and the blurriness ensues. But, oh well. Just a little bit of that Monday madness, I guess. And I don't know if I completed what I was saying. Oh, so anyways, about their narratives and truth and reality. Now, encyclopedias and the Bible, Quran, or whatever that, spouts truth. No, thank you. I've had my experiences with, I don't know what to call them, interdimensional beings, extraterrestrials, ghosts, and the like. And unfortunately, none of that can be accepted as truth, but there's a reality there. I had those experiences, just like having these experiences of what I see. And of course, you learn from those experiences. And it's through that that I rebel so harshly, or try to, within certain limitations, of course. Because like I said, I want to dispel truths and share reality. And, as far as I'm concerned, there's no truth within the reality, but there is reality within truth. Because that is, part of the makeup of something supposedly being so-called true. So yeah, I used to be one that, I was very filled with faith. And that being both religious in nature as well as science and, and all that. But through my observations, through my experiences, through my encounters, over many years now, that has changed. And has affected my life so dramatically. And I'm thankful that I am one that has the power of open-mindedness, but yet practices skepticism. Because it makes it so much easier to accept reality and to part with so-called truth and the narratives. There are no narratives behind reality. It is what it is, right? It's taken me a long time to accept that one too. Just like, to go with the flow. Oh no, I've always been, one to push back. Well, live and learn. And you have to understand balance. You have to understand and to accept both responses of fight and flight, and to be able to discern, when to hold them and when to fold them. And so, yeah, oh man, yeah, I'm recording too long. Muscles starting to contract and tighten, causing shakiness. So anyways, yeah, I think this recording has gone on long enough. So yeah, in a nutshell, people, I think that is, why I have had the life that I've had, why I've learned what I have experienced. And, experience those encounters and other experiences as well. And they've all been connected, even my religious past to today. Even, my time here on this platform. It has evolved. And all of this has evolved. And so, everything happens for certain purposes and reasons, and I firmly believe that, it was my destiny to be out here recording this stuff, even though it's been poor quality. It's been quite a hassle for me. I cannot tear myself away from it because there is just this inner feeling of importance. And that I am to be a tool or instrument for some higher purpose. Because after all, like I said, I don't enjoy this. I don't relish in the thoughts of, how long I've been doing this, how much money I've spent in order to do this, all the time, effort, energy, and money. And I don't know if I'll ever see any of the benefits from me doing this. I do see, others, the viewers, and their gratitude, and the compliments, and so on and so forth. But I know that it goes beyond that. Like I said, it's something of a much higher purpose. And of course, yeah, we've had our discussions over, like a future book and whatever, but that's just, fun talk. But for some reason, my recordings just have a feeling of importance to them for some reason. And that's the only reason why I continue. Because I just don't... It's been a time filler for me, and that's about it. But on down the road, it could become, much more than that. And not for me, but for others. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, of course. You know, a lot of people around me, they get paranoid because I got my phone in hand all the time, recording from this angle, that angle, and a lot of paranoia. And then of course, you know, me talking to myself, whereas I am, you know, sort of talking to an invisible audience, but yet, um, yeah, I guess I am talking to myself as well. And yeah, only nut jobs talk to themselves, right? Well, not in this day and age. More people talking to their devices than people realize. And unfortunately, I'm one of those people that's always talking to and talking in this nonsense. And for what? Hmm. Alright, so this is going to make for one very long recording here. Yeah, okay, we got another one. And see, and they're well, I want to say doing this undercover, but it's more over the cover. You can still see this one up here. And that one's been hanging around for quite some time. And there's one. Yeah. They're starting to stick out now. That or the activity is picking up once again. Got to make sure to add all that additional water vapor and ice crystals to the atmosphere so that way we can have our rain event. Because that's all that's happening, right? Yeah, that streamer is just not moving at all. But yeah, these lower level clouds are zipping on by. And here we go. It's kind of moving just a little bit here. And it's going to be yet another very long recording. And you know, I could actually be off socializing right now, but my priorities are a little different than other people's. I'm a strange duck. And I guess I'll continue to do this until something should occur or happen to tell me or notify me otherwise. And I'll continue on with this twisted agony of self-sacrifice and irritation and frustration just as something to keep me busy. To make so-called life, a little worthwhile. Yeah, I'm just kind of rambling today. After all, might as well put out there what I can while I can. Because you never know what will happen from one minute to the next. And I will say that my time here on this platform has been a learning experience in itself on many different levels. And, that's the only type of appreciation that I can actually throw out there in regards to this platform, in regards to Google itself, in regards to all this. I want you to know that over here is the ball of light. Now I do have to say that it does tickle me once I do review a lot of my recordings and see things that, just was not visible to my eyes. I mean, I do get a kick out of that. But then that is also where some of that so-called fear factor comes in, which I'm not one to be scared or to have fear. I've experienced far too much. But there's been quite a few of my past recordings that, it was one thing to be out here recording the stuff that I was at the time, but then, to do the later review, and then it was like, oh my God, seriously? I mean, when you have a sky that takes on just what you would see in a science fiction movie, yeah, and I am not too many years away from 60 years old, and so I've been looking up for a very long time, and I have to say, over these past few years, I have never ever seen nor witnessed anything like what I've been able to share on this platform. And now this platform should actually feel quite privileged, because I don't go to any other platforms. I was there on Facebook for a minute. Something in my gut told me, no, don't go there. I had my time on Twitter. One tweet, I sent one tweet only. That was to Mr. Donald J. Trump. and that was in regards to this platform. And that was, you know, to forewarn him about what eventually did occur, to where what he was posting on this platform, yeah, I tried to warn him. And I've never done Instagram. I've been over onto Rumble just to see what was posted over there. And because others were, you know, sending me links to check this or that out. But usually when I find something that works for me, I stick with it. And this, of course, if you know the background and history of this channel, you would think, well, how in the heck is it working for you, Morgan? Well, once again, it's just been filling up spare time for me. But in the long run, it might work for somebody else. And if so, if I can contribute to future learning and understanding and education, overall education, enlightenment, and even maybe a little illumination, I'm all for it. I'm not a teacher, a little bit of a mentor, I guess. No prophet, but yet I do prophesize. I am not a scholar, yet I do possess scholarly traits. I am not a journalist nor a reporter yet. I am that. Yeah. Jack of all trades, master of none. A man who has donned many, many hats and caps in his time. And apparently still doing so. And I know all of this is, you know, it is not to no avail. Some good will come of this, regardless of how negative in nature my narrations might be, my narratives, my opinions, my viewpoints. Because it's through my negativity and my negative energy that will yield positive results. For every negative, there is a positive. Whammo, instant blurriness. Alright, so yeah, like I said, this has been going on too long. And I think we've seen enough today. Probably are inclined to agree with me, as well as say, you know what, Morgan, you talk too much. But at least you don't have to hear any stupid music Come on now. Repetitiously playing over and over and over. And who knows, maybe somebody will, point things out to me that I overlook. Kind of like in those ghost hunting videos that they always tell you that they want you to do. Oh, yeah, keep your eyes and ears open and let us know if we've missed anything. And yet, in the background, while you're watching their videos, they have edited in all kinds of spooky sound effects and music. And then most of the time, they are focusing in on each other and not really their surroundings at hand. Yeah, believe you me, I really and sincerely wanted to get into the paranormal investigation bit because of my past encounters and experiences in that field. And just like with my videos, the camera would not be focused on me. Not unless a severe reaction. And that is, you can miss too much because things change too quick, in an instant, just like what I have stated a couple of times throughout my recordings today. And yeah, I'm not out for fame, so why should I be showing my face? I'm not out for fortune, so why should I worry about what I say and what I share? And what narratives that are in disagreement with what I show and share. Yeah, I'm just kind of rambling, people. One of those days I have nothing better to do. I'm out to enjoy, this weather. Oh, we got us another one back there. Just because, like I said, we're supposed to be having precipitation. And I'm one that I do enjoy spring. And because we have had such a warm winter season, and with so-called spring coming on as rapidly as it has been, I don't believe there's going to be much more of a spring left to enjoy, and we're going to be thrust right into severely heated summertime days. And because of that, of course, we're going to see quite the significant increase in temperature, overall temperature, probably breaking temperature records, increase in forest fires, tornadic events, because of course with heat comes air currents. And all of this is, all within the equations and the formulations to create some kind of semblance to being natural. And if you're a long-time viewer of my channel, and if you're in agreement with me and what I've shared and shown and explained, yeah, you understand, you get the picture. Yeah, another one just came across up here. Okay, Morgan, time to shut up. It is, after all. Huh. Yeah. And we got another one. And just a little bit of a contrail there. Oh, hey, look at this. Well, I am quite pleased and satisfied that I spent a little bit of additional money in order to get one of the highest storage amount memory cards available, as well as having the, wow, that's cool, the foresight to be on a phone service plan with unlimited data allowance. Yeah, and we've been having a lot of sirens kicking off here lately. And of course, 8 o'clock this morning, we also had all the local sirens kicking because I believe it was a school event once again. And we have us a cardinal over here, someplace. And then, yeah, we got a downy woodpecker. And yeah, I completely lost track of what I was saying. But, you know, another advantage to doing these sky observation recordings is, even though I have spent a lot of time, effort, energy, and finances, it has actually helped to keep my overall electric bill down, because I'm not inside while watching TV or doing whatever. That increases my overall electric bill. So yeah, we are starting to get, I don't know, I guess my time out here today is, you know, starting to kind of pay off. And even though, you know, I fully realize that regardless of what subscriber count I might have, There's only, but you know, like I've stated before, only a handful of actual viewers, and only a few of those, you know, really keep up with my content and follow along and participate. And I will always be eternally grateful for those that have been there, that are still there. Wow, that's a different sounding siren. Hey, brew, brew. Yeah, who knows? One of these days, this might be a little predictive programming for one of those days to where I'm out here recording SHTF, and you know, missiles flying overhead, and jets, and you know, that kind of activity. A little preparation for things to come. Just kind of prepping the course here. A little conditioning.